7th frame, Scotland to break, trailing by 4 frames to 2.
Breaking off now. That's the captain of the Scottish side, Phil Craig. Nothing down, so Dermot Armstrong comes to the table for Ireland.
I don't know too much about Dermot. They've got quite a few new players in this year of the Irish team. Looks to strengthen the team though.
Well, they're through to the semi-finals, so without change, there can be no improvement.
30 seconds.
That's right, there was 12 round robin matches leading up to this semi-final. Ireland have produced some great form to get through to the semis. Great shot there from Dermot, give himself every chance.
Yes, good looking first visit here from Dermot Armstrong. But the captain for Scotland, Phil Craig, in his chair watching right now, and he'll be waiting for a chance to get to the table. And as a captain, you just know that you've got to try and provide a captain's innings. Added pressure. Good shot there. As a matter of fact, a great shot. He's given himself every chance to clear up.
Well, that's the best shot of the match so far. There you see the black tied up, getting into his bad ball early, landing on his other bad ball, give himself every opportunity to win this frame from here.
He's looking at this red. It's not going to move on him, and he's got to take it. All other reds, the top half of the table, with the black. So once he gets this, lands on another red, dare I say it, the hard work will have been done.
But how often do we see people taking hard finishes out, and when they get the easy finishes, they seem to struggle?
He's sitting ideally right now. Got perfect angle on this red, and removing it, he can play onto his choice of reds, either top of the table as we look, or just dolly this in and play the one in the middle of the table. Really so many options here, Chris.
It looks very calm as well. That's a big difference when you're playing in these TV events. You've got to look calm. Don't let your opponent know that the pressure's getting to you.
30 seconds.
We see a lot of the players shaking the head, banging the cue, and that only gives the opponents extra belief.
Scotland finished second to England after the round-robin stages. And after the playoffs, Ireland finished third. So there was never a lot in it between these two teams. And again, still in a position from which you'd expect him to win.
Just at first glance here, I think Dermot. Phil Craig has got to play a nice containing shot here, or he's lost the frame.
Well, certainly, but that red looks to be blocking the top right-hand corner now. And so a little bit of a insurance policy as far as Dermot Armstrong is concerned. The yellow on the right-hand side cushion creates a problem.
Seconds.
Trying to buy himself 2 visits. And with the new cloth, this is going to be a difficult escape. These cushions slide. If I would, he's got the side cushion to escape here. And you know something, Chris? If he was going to miss this, be playing off the side cushion, and ideally to come down towards the red. But I can tell you, if he misses this, he's going to miss it top side. Or is he playing the intentional foul?
I think he's going to play the deliberate foul and leave the white on the bottom cushion here. It's a risky shot.
Foul. 2
That's
visits.
a great shot if it doesn't pop the red. Great shot there from Dermot, keeping the pressure on.
Knowing that red is guarding the pocket.
Very impressed with Dermot here, holding his nerve, keeping himself composed.
He just had a quick look at his teammates, possibly looking for seals of approval and the nodding of a head.
Well, Paul Noonan of the Irish team there on the
30
right.
seconds.
Doesn't look as though he wants to be there. And again we see Phil bring the yellow away, but unfortunately knocking it straight back to where it was.
And now once again, will he be forced to try and buy himself the second visit, or does he remove a few of the yellows and go after the win?
Well, sooner or later he's going to have to go have a go at these yellows. And he's only got one that's tied up here, and he's got 5 red yellows that he can bring into play to knock the bad yellow away.
Chris, the yellow you're
30
talking about
seconds.
is nearest the top right corner. That's the only problem, yellow. Still has to be developed. He could drop onto it. He's got a little bit of room.
I think he could cut the yellow in the centre bag now and knock it away. I don't think he's looked at that though.
Well, he's got an angle here to play that yellow in the other center and possibly dislodge it, but again, risky business.
Again, we're seeing Phil potting the yellows, and the more he pots, the harder it's going to get on the last yellow on the side cushion.
Yes, and he's got his second visit in, so he can't afford to miss anymore.
Thirty seconds.
Well, that was the shot I thought he'd play. If he could have contacted that yellow a little bit more on the right-hand side, Chris. Now, he's in big trouble.
But again, he's potted another yellow. The yellow's still safe. Just putting himself under more and more pressure. The longer he leaves that yellow tied up, the harder it's going to get.
And he can't really lay a snooker on Dermot Armstrong from this position. Not easily, anyway. So he's almost forced into taking this yellow.
Seconds.
Come on, Dermot.
Well, look at this. Wow. I'll say, there's a lucky man, the smile on his face.
We saw Phil get down on the shot there, didn't put his head on the cue, jumped up very quickly, and that's the reason why he's missed.
Now, what does Dermot Armstrong have to do here?
30 seconds.
But a very content Phil Craig sits in his chair. 4-2 the scoreline.
I think we'll see Dermot play the black over to the red here, keeping the pressure on. It's such a hard ball to get at, to pot out of a snooker. If you can get the black next to the red, he is a massive favourite.
Foul. 2 visits.
Well, the only problem here is he's got a chance to get both balls into play with one shot. I would have tried to keep that black a little further from the yellow, played it into that area.
That's right, he's given him a chance to bring both balls away here in one shot, leaving himself the other 3 yellows in the open with an extra visit.
He'll take this yellow first, and then he'll play yellow and black away, I would think. You know, I'd have left the cue ball the top of the table, Chris.
That's right, I thought he'd have put the white on the top cushion. That way it's impossible to pot the red, bringing both balls away. And again, we see him potting another ball. And the longer he leaves it, the harder it's going to get.
You should be applying for the England captaincy. Wow, that's a bonus. That is a bonus. He's still got 2 visits maintained by that fluked yellow. And that should spell disaster as far as this frame is concerned for Dermot Armstrong.
There, see Phil putting his hand up, giving apology. Just look at him, he's shaking like mad there.
He's going to be shaking all the way to the bank after this frame, though. Still passes. And remember, he's still got 2 visits. In or over the pocket. In it is! Bill Craig, the captain for Scotland, pulls one more back. They've won the last 2. 4-3, Ireland over Scotland.
A great performance from the Scottish captain. Scotland now trailing by 1 frame. Joe, it could easily have been at least 6-1 to Ireland, surely.
I think it's been an amazing first 7 frames. We predicted it would be close, but we didn't believe that we'd finish up being close the manner it has happened. You know, we've seen missed opportunities due to pressure, due to the pressures of playing in a final, and we've seen some luck of the Irish and some luck for the Scottish as well.
Who are the players that have really stood out for you?
Well, Tony Holgate's game was inspirational.
Yeah.
We mentioned him at the start. John, he was really good in getting the Irish team off to a good, steady start.